Hello, welcome to Shad Life. Coffee in the morning. Well, it's that time of year again. Time to get this beast ready. Fortunately, I won't have to do a whole lot to it because last winter we had almost no snow. I think I rode this bike twice last winter. Like, that's how sad it was. And I rode my regular mountain bike a good number of times at different trails, mainly the XL Energy Mountain Bike Park in Shakopee, Minnesota. But yeah, I'm gonna get this thing ready. It currently has 27.5 wheels with 4.0 tires on it. I believe they're 4.0. And I'm gonna switch it back to the 26-inch wheels with the 4.8 tires on it. So that's one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. This is the bike that I ended up putting the June Tech brakes on, and they kinda suck. And my idea was as well, because I'm riding in snow, I don't need really, grabby brakes, because they don't really do you any good in the snow. They just lock up your wheel and make you slide out. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to keep the June Tech brakes or not on here, or get some other brakes and put them on here. And recently, with the event in Rambless I had, yes, past tense, no longer have that bike. It had the DB8 brakes on it, and I actually really liked those SRAM DB8 brakes. They were pretty amazing. And they're really affordable, so I'm thinking I might order a set of those for this bike. We'll see. I don't know yet. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, do all the switcheroo, get it ready, and I'm really hoping that this winter I will get to ride and enjoy snow, because I didn't get to last winter. My theory is if it's gonna be wintertime and it's gonna be cold, I want snow, so we got something to play in, right? So there you have it. I'm gonna go ahead and switch this up, and then we'll take a look at it right afterwards. So on my 26-inch wheels, I haven't gone tubeless yet. The reason why is because I still have these Surly Bud and Lou tires from a long time ago, and they are pre tubeless. The tires are, the rims are not. And so until I get some updated tires, but like these tires still look really good. I haven't like ridden them on non-snowy surfaces much, so they're lasting a very long time. And I mean, I felt the rubber still feels pretty good, so it doesn't make sense to replace them. So what I did decide to do is this is the stock tube. This is like a little over a pound, like a 1.2 pounds. And then this is the Surly tube. I don't know if you can read that, but it's 0.68, so almost half the weight. And I switched the front already to the Surly tube, and now I'm switching the back. So I'm still taking off quite a bit of weight, and these tubes are cool. I don't know if they make them anymore, but yeah, I love them. So going lighter tubes makes a big difference on a fat bike, at least if you're not going tubeless. One thing I've never talked about on my channel is because everything I have is tubeless now, but when I do have a tube, and I'm gonna put it in there. I don't know if you noticed it when I first showed it to you, but it had zero air and it was all flat and everything, and it's really hard to get the tube properly in the tire so it's like not twisted or something. So before I put a tube in, I fill it with just barely enough air to give start giving it its shape, and then it's much easier to insert. And then if I have trouble getting the tire beaded, I'll let air out once it's in there, but at least I know it's like in its correct orientation. So if you're ever changing tubes, just add a little bit of air to the tube to give it its form, but it's still super soft. And it's a lot easier to get it in and, you know, everything's seated and properly aligned. Okay, here it is. It's all set. I actually weighed this, and I'll put the weight right down there in the corner. It was 31 pounds. I'm actually shocked that it's that light. 31 pounds is right in the ballpark of my other bikes over here. So yeah, I mean, it is a carbon frame, carbon fork. This is a Salsa Mukluk Carbon. I want to say it's a 2020 model, but fat bikes, they just don't change that much. So it's it's not one of these things that I feel like I have to like update every few years. But yeah, it is pretty awesome. It now has the Surly Bud and Lou tires, 26 by 4.8. The nice thing about these tires is when, you know, the snow flies, I run about 3-4 psi in them, and I can just go through the snow to a point. Like, I think there's a deceiving thing, like, oh, you can just ride in full powder. Well, you can't do that. The snow has to be, you know, maybe a few inches deep. Starts getting much deeper than that. You need to get it packed in before you can fat bike on it. But like when there's a lot of places now that groom trails, they literally groom them just like they do ski trails. They groom the single track with a little narrower groomer. Actually, Mork, right here, Minnesota Off-Road Cyclist, has purchased more of these small snowmobiles that can go and tow the groomers through the single track. So it's a thing, right? We need snow, of course. That helps. But yeah, it's pretty cool that I got this bike all set and ready for the season. Stoked. Appreciate your support from my channel. Please like and subscribe. Peace.